What's up YouTube, Kristo here, and I have another review for you. I'm on a roll, another Hermes fragrance as well. Today I'm going to be reviewing Hermès Hiris, and this is a fragrance created in 1999 by Olivia Giacobetti, and this is an EDT that is listed for women, and I'm going to talk quite a lot about that in this video, so fellas, don't necessarily turn off right now. Now this is listed as a green floral. Now floral, yes. Green, I don't know. To me, a lot of people call Iris a green note, and to me, I don't know. I don't really see the greenness in it. There are certain fresh qualities that I definitely pick up from Iris, fresh and clean qualities, but I don't particularly find it to be green. So yes, though, there definitely is a lot of floral in this, but don't necessarily think you're going to be getting a bottle of, like bright green juice. It's not really that way. So let's look at the notes. In the top, we've got iris, coriander, carnation, and amber. In the mid, we've got iris, neroli, and rose. And in the base, we've got, you guessed it, iris. We've got vanilla, honey, cedar, and almond tree. Now, to me, the most predominant note is, you guessed it, iris, iris, and more iris. Now, there is actually a note of iris in each tier in the pyramid for this. And it's very interesting because it definitely gives a very linear feeling, but it is kind of just an illusion, I think. Other than the iris, I do also get honey, I get some neroli, and rose. Now, where's the carrot? There's probably a lot of people watching this saying, you forgot to mention carrot. And the thing is, I have found people mention carrot being in this, some people are very offended by the carrot in this, which is very strange, because I do find it, and I do think it is in the notes, but it really doesn't come off as that strong. It comes out in the opening for a few minutes, and then it's kind of gone. But yeah, I do think there is carrot, possibly in the opening, maybe the mid. I'm just realizing now I'm matching my ensemble with the blue bottle right here. I assure you I didn't set that up. I just realized that right now, actually. Okay, bottle sizes, standard, 50 and 100 ml. Now, prices on this differ very, very dramatically. The Hermes website, which I just checked right before the video to, check if it had been updated recently, these are selling for $144 for a 100 ml bottle, which is pretty outrageous in my opinion. Online sellers, you're looking maybe between 70 and perhaps 100, and retailers, if you're going to buy in a department store, you're going to look maybe 80 to 120 plus. Obviously, it depends where you live and where you buy though. Now, the good part about this, it seems to be well documented that unboxed testers, that's what I got, go for as little as $30, and the fantastic website, the database review website, actually it's not really a database site, it's more of a review site, to be honest. Now Smell This backs that up. I actually bought mine before I read that review, and the writer of a review mentions it, and oh wow, you can actually buy these, not just in Southeast Asia from dodgy little gray market, but you can actually get these. So look around, definitely. $30 and $144, that's a massive difference. So opening and dry down, like I usually do in my reviews. I got the dry down here, and I'm gonna put a spray on this side. Now, I know right away, I've been wearing this a lot recently, and they smell very similar. Iris in every tier gives it a very linear feeling, like I mentioned. Now, there are very obvious changes from top to mid, without a doubt, and then to me it stays almost the same from the, after about 30-40 minutes in. until the end, it's pretty much the same, in my opinion, what I get out of it. Now, many notes seem to not even appear ever, but the honey and rose, they come in soon after the neroli and the carrot kind of fade. I can see the carrot a little later on, but within the first couple minutes, I do really get something that strikes me as a carrot note. Now, what does this remind me of? And this is one thing I really love about this fragrance. I'd never tried it before the day that I bought it, and as soon as I smelled it, I wanted it right on the spot. It reminds me strangely of a thick, viscous, high-quality fabric softener that you would use for doing your laundry. It smells very clean and plasticky. The iris and honey make me think of something very thick and creamy, like a liquid plastic almost. And absolutely, without a doubt, if this was sold in a Serge Lutens bottle instead of, you know, a designer Hermès fragrance, I don't think anyone would ever know. I think it would totally fit with what Serge Lutens do, and that is kind of a bit of a remark as well about the gender, which I will get to in a little bit. Yes, this fits very well with what I think Serge Lutens do. It's kind of strange, it's unique, and even perhaps a bit avant-garde for its time and day, even though it's obviously not even affiliated with Serge Lutens. Okay, so now let's get down to the nitty-gritty on this. Longevity. For me, I get good longevity. I get 6 hours, maybe even a little bit more. And that's a really big thing because there's a lot of people online that complain about the absolute horrific longevity on this. To me, I've never gotten any less than like 4 hours out of it. And, you know, I think there's a reason why. Projection. The projection is definitely lacking. This does stay very close to the skin. Perhaps a reason that people think it doesn't last long, and that is often the case. Fragrances that stick really close to your skin, a lot of people write off an hour, 2 hours into the fragrance because they can't smell it any longer, but you know, it's actually there, they just can't smell it as easily. Season, definitely this is a transitional season fragrance, spring and fall. It's fresh, yet it's cozy and warming, and I really like that. Now to me, occasion, this is going to be a casual comfort scent. It's not really for a night out or a fancy dinner or a formal event or an intimate date or anything like that. It's not particularly sensual or alluring, but it does smell nice and it does smell well made though. So it doesn't smell like, you know, some cheap, you know, sit around the house aquatic fragrance that you would think of for a comfort scent. It does smell really well made. Personally, I mostly wear this when I get out of the shower or before I go to bed. I don't wear it out of the house, but my wife does. She does wear it out of the house sometimes, but with, you know, her ever-expanding wardrobe, she is wearing more things out of the house more recently, but she would wear this sometimes. Now, gender and quality. Like I mentioned, this is a women's fragrance and it is a high-end designer. So does it fit as, you know, an expensive women's designer fragrance? Now, like I've already mentioned, I think this could totally pass as a unisex niche fragrance today. If this was released in 2012, 2013, I think this easily could pass as a unisex niche. And I don't know why, but ever since I smelled this, the house of Serge Lutens comes to mind right away. I don't know why, but it's just who I've always kind of thought this would smell like something that came from them. Now, is it unisex though? Genuinely unisex? Maybe not. I think that there are some fellows that don't like iris or florals that won't like this. And as well, there are a lot of women out there who do not like iris. They like some florals, but they can't stand iris. But honestly, don't let the gender labels hinder your smelling. There are a lot of men out there that are really getting into florals, and I think this is something that perhaps a lot of them could be interested in. Okay, now what are the positive sides for Hermès Hiris? Now, to me, this is very unique, it's different, it's something I wouldn't expect from a designer for an iris-based fragrance. This is definitely not amongst Hermès's top sellers for men or for women, so you're probably not going to run into many people wearing this if you are. And as well, you know, it means that it's not overdone. You know, you're not gonna smell it every single place you go. People aren't gonna recognize what you're wearing. It's still fairly under the radar for such a high-end designer house. This can be found for great prices, $30, maybe $50 as well, depending where you get it. And I do think this could be a really good unisex fragrance if a fellow is into iris and something a little more different, as well as his significant other. And as well, I think this is a fantastic comfort scent. I really like wearing this when I go to bed especially. It makes me feel really comfortable and cozy. Now, what's negative? Well, you know, it doesn't smell like a conventional Hermès fragrance. And it obviously has a different perfume than the kind of 2000 and plus fragrances, so it may not appeal to the same crowd that is into 24 Faubourg, Eau de Marveille, Terre d'Hermès, or even the Les Cologne EDCs. So definitely check this out. If you like Hermès but you've never tried this, try it first, because it is pretty different in my opinion. Now, this can be very overpriced. Like I said, 144 bucks for 100 ml of this. No way I would ever pay anything close to that. It's good, but not that good. Try to find a tester from a reputable seller though. If you don't like iris as well, especially waxy or plasticky iris, stay away from it. You will not like this, I pretty much guarantee. Who do I recommend this for? Well, I recommend this for lovers of iris and honey. Someone who wants something more unique or different from a quality high-end designer as well. Certainly anyone who wants to get into iris, especially men getting into women's fragrances, unisex fragrances, or perhaps even niche. I think this would be a great gateway into kind of more abstract, niche, unisex fragrances. So there you go, everybody. Hermès Hiris. I'd really like to know what you think. There's not really much talk of this fragrance. I know, on YouTube I should say, I know there's a few people in the community that really love this. I'd really like to hear from them, as well as perhaps anyone who doesn't like it, or people that, you know, maybe have looked at it but aren't quite sure what to take of it. So there you go, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully.